Atomfall is not what I expected. And I mean that in the best possible way. So I didn't see much of this. I saw enough of it leading up to its release to know that I was interested. And I do try not to see too much of a game before it releases. I already see more of Doom than I ever intended. But I'd heard that people were comparing this to Fallout, saying it's like Fallout UK. And I was intrigued by that. Of course I would be. Who doesn't love Fallout? If you don't like Fallout, simply put, you're not to be trusted. So I was like, Fallout UK? Okay, I'm down, I'm game. All right, it's been, yeah, okay, who wouldn't be? This is not Fallout UK. And the game deserves the respect to just consider it Atomfall. Because it does enough to provide, to showcase it has its own DNA. That it's not just Fallout in the UK. It's really not. So this game is different to what I expected. This is, first and foremost, this is a survival game. I don't know if many of you know that. I didn't. It's a survival game. Now, the developers have been generous enough to give you sliders and really decide how much of a survival game you want it to be. But honestly, I experimented with this a little bit. And the only real way to play this game is the way the developers intended. Because if you really interact with it on easy and casual, it's not the same. It's like the game has been created. For example, right, you'll find like a letter or something, right, which will give you a hint. It will give you a clue to go find something, and there will be directions on there, which you're really meant to follow by using the environment. You know, looking for the waterfall, climbing some steps, taking the left, you know, looking for a bandit camp. You're really meant to be following the thing and using the map and reading the map and following the instructions to fight. And that's where the sense of reward comes from. You finding what you're looking for. If you just have a Ubisoft-like map marker telling you where to go, then it takes half the enjoyment away. Like, it's a survival game. You know, it's difficult. Do you know what I mean? It is. If you see a group of bandits, you can't just run out and take them down. You just can't. You're one guy. You're not John Rambo. You're not John Wick. You're not Commander Shepard, right? You're not going to just run out there. You're not the Master Chief, is what I'm saying. You're not Doom Guy. You're just a regular guy, right? So you need to be... It adds this level of intensity to every encounter. And the survival aspect is deep-rooted in all of its gameplay systems. To healing yourself, and even little things like the trade system. From what I've discovered, there doesn't really seem to be any currency in this game, which I love. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe later down the line, I'm only at the start. I'm only a few hours in. But trading does just seem to be trading. And I love that. It's like there's value attached to, like... It's like if you want to get something, you have to trade. You're just trading items. That's all it is. There's no coins. There's no caps. There's no currency. It's just trading items. And I think that's a great idea. So it's just like scale. And it's like, look, I'll give you this, this, and this for this and this. And, you know, it will depend on your bartering skill, and depending on who you're exchanging with will depend how much stuff you need to give with what you'll get in return. It's really, really good. The graphics in the game are beautiful. Again, they're not the best you'll ever see, but they're beautiful. There's a lot of mystery in the game. And the first village you get to, it's almost a bit ludicrous how quick you stumble into little mysteries and how you can just take it upon yourself to solve them. Like, no one else in the village has been doing anything proactive at all. You discover, like, secrets like that, and that's a bit silly. Like, some of the things are just... It's like some of the mysteries are just there for you to discover and stumble into, which does break the immersion a little bit when it's so easy. Like, for example, little spoiler alert, the first village you get to, you go into this church, and there is this woman who's been murdered, right? So the priest is like, oh, you know, they're over the body and stuff like that. And immediately I just took the murder weapon out. So I thought, I'd like a sickle. No one responded to me yanking the murder weapon out of the victim's chest, which again, I was like, come on, man. Like, I'm a stranger in this village. You know, I don't live in this village. I just yanked the murder weapon out. No one said anything to me, right? And then there was a letter on the victim, which no one else discovered but me. Again, Come on, man. So, and then this letter takes me on a little mini mission to discover what happened to her, right? Who the killer was, and all, you know, which was fun. It was fun finding out who did it and sort of following the clues along the way. But again, it all just felt very artificial. Finding the weapon and then the hunting for it just all happened very easy. It was just sort of put on the plate for me to find, and I don't like that. You know, didn't make me feel like I'd done anything great. Didn't make me feel like I'd uncovered something. It just made me feel like the game was just planting things for me to find. And I know that is always the case, but still, I hope it gets a bit more elaborate than that going forward. Do you know what I will say? The gunplay is quite good. It's not smooth, but I almost feel like that's by design. Do you know what I mean? Like it's always a little rough. Like it's like your character isn't a soldier almost, right? Like it feels a bit frantic. Doesn't feel like you're an expert elite soldier aiming down the sight and popping heads. It always feels a bit, you know, like it just always feels a bit. It's hard to really explain. It just always feels a little rough. Like and ammo is really scarce and hard to find, so you're always sort of like trying to preserve it. I also do like the fact that enemies can see more than 3 feet in front of their face. Because, like, for example, on Assassin's Creed Shadows, right, the enemies, they can't see. They can't see. It's like they're blind. You would literally be standing like this high, right? You don't need to be on a high roof. You could just be standing on a ledge up there, right? And just on Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you can just be scanning the entire area, and everyone on the ground will just be walking around like you don't exist. But in Atomfall, bro, they see you. Like, if you can see them, they can see you, and I like that. You have to be much more tactical about where you're placed, because there's certain areas where there's a lot of bandits, and they're always on patrol, and you can't talk to these people. They will just attack you, man. They just come for you. So navigating outside when you're not protected and where it's not peaceful and safe is always tricky and always intense. You never really know what you're going to stumble into, what you're going to find. And like I said, resources are very scarce in this game, and I always enjoy that in games. It makes it every bit of ammo I find, I'm trying to keep hold of. I haven't played much, but I really like this game. Like I said, I feel like at the minute things are coming a little too easy, you know. But I haven't really done much of the story yet. So my first impressions of Atomfall are that I'm really liking it. It's not perfect, do you know what I mean? I've had a few glitches. There was a glitch where all the audio went strange. It was like all the ambience disappeared out of the world. So no music, no ambience at all, and the only sound that remained was like gunfire and like weapon swings, and I had to just reload an older save to get rid of that. So that was quite bizarre. Other than that, I've not had any issues. The frame rate seems to be very stable. I've not had any drops. It's been pretty solid throughout my experience so far. You do discover stuff in an organic way as well, and you can pretty much do things however you want. One of the other things I have to say about it is there's not really an option to talk to many people. You know, like, they will respond to you when you walk past them, but there's really not an option to speak directly to people. The only option that comes up is to take them down. Like, the game just wants me to massacre everyone. Like, take them down, take them down, take them down. It's like, no, I don't want to take everyone down, right? You know, so there's that. But again, maybe it opens up after I get through a certain point. Like I said, I'm only in the first village right now, just exploring it, doing stuff. I just wanted to talk about my experience with it so far. I've only had one gun which I've used, which is like it's like a shotgun, like a rusty, broken down shotgun, and I'm using a sickle and an axe. The melee combat is a bit, it's not great. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit, yeah. I mean, look, the combat in general, the shooting, the melee, is not the best. Okay, it's not where the game shines. But it's a good game, especially for a game that's just on Game Pass. You can just download it and play it. It's fun. It's good. It's a lot of character and personality to it. So yeah, that's it so far. Atomfall, good game, worth a try, definitely. I'll keep you updated on my progress. I am intending on finishing this because this is the sort of game I enjoy. I am hoping it gets better. I wouldn't say it's one of the best games ever. I'm not blown away by Atomfall right now. As you can see, you know me when I'm excited about a game. I'm certainly not excited about my experience with Atomfall, but it is good. And I'm interested to see what happens. It just feels like you start the game as well, and there's no real information. Like, about who I am, where I am, what I'm doing. Like, I'm just thrusted into this world, and like, then there's a telephone call. It's like, oh, okay. Like, you don't create your character. I don't know who the hell I am. So it's just a bit strange. Do you know what I mean? It's strange. But it's Atomfall. Maybe it's meant to be. But we'll see how it develops and how my feelings for it are when the credits roll. So 10 minutes. I didn't mean to rant about Atomfall for 10 minutes. But I just wanted to talk about it. So Atomfall, have you played it? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you at the other side when the credits roll.